Hello and welcome to another one of those videos where I talk about updates on the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress coming from Toady and KitFox. This one is I Just Woke Up Edition, and this is another one of those posts on Reddit from meph. This one is covering furniture and their materials, and at the end we also have a small update regarding grass and the mock-ups that I was showing earlier. Another thing is I did another interview with Tarn. The video is up on this YouTube channel right now. I highly recommend you check it out. Link is in the description. So here in this post, meph talks about how he's been toying with the idea of more elaborate furniture layouts to portray not only the material, but also the splatter, wear, and toggleable variants. I guess in the case of beds, this would be like material of bed, or maybe the type of wood, whether or not it's feather wood or regular wood being white or brown. So here is kind of the setup that they want to test for how the bed looks. 4 materials: stone, wood, metal, glass, shown as using the texture for the bed frame. 7 quality levels from regular to artifact, shown on some like cresses and embroidery in the cloth, etc. And then 4 variants, optional and ornamental changes to avoid the copy paste effect, so things get boring when you have like a billion of the same bed in a row. And 5 decorations, 4 wear states, which are copied on top, and 4 splatter effects, which are colored depending on their material and copied on top. So let's have a peek at these, and as always, if you have feedback from meph, please leave them in the Reddit thread that I will attach in the description and also in the comments. Let's get into it. Now here we go. We have various different beds, various different contaminants, and as well as a bunch of tables and their quality levels. Now this one, unlike the weapons, I'm a little bit more open to little additions making things fancy, especially because noticeably the beds don't have, and the same with the tables, they just have different patterns. They don't have like gems or anything specifically encrusted in them, which removes a concern that I had previously. Now I actually really quite like the way these beds look specifically. We're starting on kind of the left. I really like the quality levels. I think that they do a pretty good job kind of showing off the different quality levels of beds as well as the materials. I think they look a little odd kind of in the way that they show the materials, especially considering beds can only be made out of wood in the current state of the game unless it's an artifact, which means it's a little odd that there's like options for steel and stone beds, unless something is getting changed to the Steam version that I'm unaware of. So I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Currently, because beds don't require any blankets or cloth, it's almost weird to me that they have cloth, but I guess, like, you know, I always kind of assumed that they would go grab a blankie or something, that maybe every dwarf just comes with a personal blanket. I don't know. Maybe they stitch it from their beards. I'm not going to think about it too much. But that's kind of a neat little thing. I wonder why the bed sheets are red specifically. I always kind of imagine them more white. Like the variations in the bed sheet colors is an odd one for me personally, but that's fine. It's just to kind of show the different materials. What do you think of the beds? Over here we have the tables. They have the different patterns. I quite like the patterns. I think they look quite nice. I don't really have too much to say on that. I think that they fit and look nice. I do really like the way the contaminants on the lower tables look. I think that the difference between like the different stand types is a nice touch, and I think that things like blood and whatever the green slime is on those looks really nice, and I'm looking forward to seeing more contaminants like blood on walls and things. But what do you guys think of the tables? I think the beds are the ones that I'm a little bit more divided on. The tables I quite like the look of. I think the super intricate patterns will fit nicely in certain people's intricate fortresses. I think that the little bits and pieces are nice. I think that the different kinds of feet is a nice touch based on the material, and I'm curious to see more of these. All right, so you may have remember a video that I did a little while ago talking about grass and different grass types. Well, meph made some improvements to the grass, and this is the outcome. I quite like where this is going. It's a lot less grid looking than a lot of popular tile sets and a lot of other things. However, I am a little bit concerned that stuff's going to run together. I personally can barely tell the difference between any of these tiles, and for me, that's not a positive thing. I like to be able to immediately discern what I'm looking at a glance rather than having to squint at it. And I'm concerned that I'm going to need to have to do that with this. That being said, an option to maybe turn a grid on would be really nice. I don't know if that's something that's possible, but maybe just keep that in mind. For people like myself who don't see so well, the ASCII is actually nice because the strict shapes with the black background make it very clear what is what. With this, everything just kind of blends together and looks the same to me. I don't know. What do you think? Do you have any feedback? I'd love to hear it. And with that, that's all of the posts from meph today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you didn't catch it, I interviewed Tarn Adams yesterday live on my Twitch channel. You can find the link down to that in the description once again. And if you want to support me and my work directly, you can find that over at patreon.com/BLINDIRL. And thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you for supporting my work. And I will see you in the next one, and hopefully live on Saturday. Cheers.